How long has it been since you've done a sea train shuttle?
Oh, it's been a long one. I think the last one I did was a fire in Mayfair Place.
There was a fire.
A fire at Mayfair Place a few years ago.
And the trains couldn't go past there.
Oh, I got called off a bus route to go and help out, take people over to a hotel. They had to evacuate the building, so.
Oh, yeah. I've known a couple drivers that had to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean big fires, too. I don't mean small.
No, there was I don't know what was going on. They had to evacuate the Mayfair Place. The big apartment building on in Trail and Glenmore.
Yeah. But when you put your destination and you just put fire bus or something.
Yeah.
You must have been on your last trip anyway, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I think I was just about out of service during the day, and they just needed buses or,
And then did they call the guys saying these buses are going to be back later than
Well,
you?
you just go to hold the control room, and they were done with you. You just went back. Yeah.
It's like I'm coming back.
Whatever the police or the fire department wanted, you just went and did what they told you to do.
Yeah. It's good you guys have that in place.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll tell you just go there and pick up these people and just keep your bus running to keep them warm. So.
And then put your fire bus destination on so people don't get confused. You probably did that when there was the floods.
Yes.
You just put flood evacuation in the cab there.
Yeah, just a shuttle bus. Yeah, because there was no trains anyways.
And if there was, they probably only went up to Whitehorn or Rundle.
Yeah.
I don't think they were even running that far, if at all. And there was no service for Sonata to 69th Street, the West End. And it was a headache for transit riders that 10 days or so with no service. Well, bus service, but I mean buses that were out of VP had to move up to either Spring or Anderson. And if you were a VP driver, you just got your bus and did your routes. What about routes 301 though? They couldn't go downtown. And then go back up to North Point. Same thing with routes 300, yeah, and all those.
Once the water went though, you could go downtown. Yeah, they were just going to 16th Avenue and then you were going to
And route 2 and 3 probably only went so far too.
Yeah, like the South route did their part and the North route did their part. They never really did, yeah.
But you had to keep the 3 running somewhat.
Yeah.
Without the 3, you would have a lot of issues.
So big time.
Oh, that means the Arctics had to move up to spring as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Spring must have a lot of room if you had to move 300-400 buses.
Well, a lot of them were parked out on the tarmac.
And you still had your high floor buses in service at the time as well.
Yeah.
A few of them anyway. Do you miss the MCIs?
Yeah, they were nice to drive. They were good in the winter, so they were nice and heavy.
But the engine would overheat in the summer, you
Big
said.
time, yeah.
Just coolant issues, the coolant couldn't take it.
Yeah, no, they had to get the right temperature, or they didn't like it.
But when it got up to 32 degrees outside, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. They didn't want that at all.
I noticed their 7500s didn't either.
Yeah. You get a hot engine like that, yeah.
It wouldn't matter if it was hot or cold with the 75s. They were junky.
They got hot, they didn't, yeah, that was it.
Them Cummins diesels did good in the summer though, the Cummins ones.
Yeah, you all got
Only probably a handful of them broke down in the summer than 77s.
yeah.
They were built so much better than the, you know. If it got hot enough though, your bus would let you know. Like a lot of the drivers in the summertime will shut the bus engine off if they have a 10-minute layover.
Oh, you have, yeah, you've got to, yeah. That's part of the policy. If it gets slow, yeah, you can't sit by the bus.
Oh, so transit actually has a policy if it's over 30 degrees, shut your bus off
Oh,
if you're.
I think it's,
Oh,
if you're
shit.
be sitting for more than 10 minutes, you've got to shut your bus down. If it's over, I can't remember what it was, 7 or 8 degrees or something.
But I mean, if it's 30 degrees, that's explainable. You should shut the bus off so it can kind of cool down. Because
Sometimes you shut them down and they don't start again.
you got the sun beating on them
That's it.
when it's 33 degrees out there. I've seen some of the drivers open the engine hood
Yeah.
in the summertime. In the winter, you gotta keep them going though.
Pardon?
In the winter, you have to keep them going though in the winter.
Sure.
It was one hell of a mess with that big snowstorm last year.
Oh, yes. Just before Christmas.
Just.
Yeah.
Like the Route 12 stop and down there at Bridlewood was awful. You had like 2-3 feet of snow up there,
Oh, wow.
piled up, the
Yeah.
bus stop. That must have been fun for you.
Well, I got stuck in the snow and sat there. I was doing okay, but the person in front of me got stuck in the snow and I went around to get it, avoid them,
Next thing you know, you're in it.
Yeah.
Did you have a fully loaded bus at the time?
No.
That would have been hectic if you were doing a Route 3. And luckily they shut down the schools because of the virus at the time. Imagine if you were doing a Route 3 with a load of school kids.
Yeah, that would be fun.
What he's saying, there was normally a shuttle bus on the route, but they had to put a big bus on.
Big buses on it, yeah.
What route is it?
The 104.
I thought they did they stop dispatching big buses on it now?
I think they do it in the morning, just when it gets busy, and then in the afternoon the shuttle buses on it.
Because you would have to because of the school kids.
Yeah, I know at night the shuttle buses on it.
And it's normally Spring Gardens buses.
Yes,
all.
it is. Yeah.
But I've seen a couple VP buses go on there once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Well, if they don't have any, if the driver got sick out of Spring, then that's when
Yeah,
the
they'll just do it wherever there's a driver available. Yeah.
they'll do a VP bus on 104. It's very rare you see a bus out of VP on 104 though.
Yeah, I know. I've done the 104 a couple of times. Yeah, because a friend of mine's a shuttle bus driver, and he usually does. He does it on Thursdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. He does it.
And 89's now a shuttle bus too.
Yeah,
They-
that's usually really busy run, but it's changed to it goes up to North Point now.
And they put a shuttle on it normally.
Yeah.
Well, back last year, you know, it was a busy route.
Yes, I've signed up on the 89 a couple of times, and it's busy. Like, it's really busy at night. Well, it used to
It's like 14 Bridlewood, eh? That route is crazy.
be. Yeah. But when I did it, you have a service at on Bennington, and then you just looped around, and you went back up to Lions Park, and then you picked up your load again, and you just went back.
Okay.
Like you were running the people from
Okay, so it's not like a full-on route where you keep your sign and just switch the sign.
Like the morning run is you're doing it Bennington to Lions Park, you're out of service, you're going back to Bennington and you're going to Lions Park.
Once
So
more.
we're usually going the other way, it's everybody going to Lions Park or the schools or the mall or the train or whatever.
So it's not like the 14, once you do Bravlewood, the sign switches to Cranston.
Yeah, no. But it may have changed now because it doesn't go to Bennington anymore. It keeps on going to North Point now. So I haven't done it since it's changed. So
They changed a lot of the routes when all the Max came in.
Yes.
All the Max routes.
yeah,
Like routes like 79, 72, 20, and 73, as we mentioned, they're all retired.
yeah.
You probably remember 409 Douglas Glen.
409.
Yeah. Yeah, that route's long gone. It was years ago.
Oh, okay. So I remember when the 104 used to go up into Strathcona.
It went up to Pardon. Where did it go?
It used to go downtown, round downtown, and up Barlow Trail and up into Strathcona Park. The 101 and the 104.
Okay.
They were our tick buses.
But then that all changed.
Oh, yeah, that changed when the train 69 went in.
Yeah, exactly. And then they have 104, 105. 105 and
Come back, but now it does Sunnyside to universities.
holy, you're almost done your trip.
I know, it's quiet. It slows. Well, yeah, I guess it's nearly 7 o'clock at night.
I probably won't be back on till Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not here on Wednesday, so.
Oh, you do how many days a week?
Oh, I do it 5 days a week, but I took Wednesday off. My daughter's graduating from Low Valley College, so
Oh, you gotta book it off for that.
I got a book off for that. Yeah.
Do you just have a spare board guy then doing your
I
work?
don't know. I just booked it off, so I don't know what's going on.
Someone will get your work for the day.
Yeah.
It's probably a spare board because you're only off for one day, right? So they'll just put an extra driver there.
Yeah, they may split up into 2 runs. They may just keep them to one piece. I don't know.
Just because that same spare board driver may have different routes on that day, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Because they'll find out at 5:30 tomorrow night what they're doing.
It's nice you don't have to go through that stuff anymore.
Oh, that was horrible. Waiting to find out what you're doing the next day was just horrible. Yeah.
And like say if you're in service at like 4 in the morning, then you have to get up at like so long.
2:30, 3 in the morning.
Yeah. And you wouldn't find out until you
find
say,
out at 5:30 if it's put up on time. So
gee.
then you know I've got to go to bed now because I've got to get up in a couple of hours to go to work. Yeah, that was hard.
That's where I would start if I started working for you guys,
Yeah.
is spare board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you get 10 years in, you start to choose. You can choose your sign up. Isn't that how it works?
Some guys are still on skateboard. They've been there for years. They just like it. So
You must be so happy that you're off of it, though.
I did skateboard last summer and it was horrible. Like some days you're sitting on standby at 2:30 in the morning and it's just like, oh God.
And it's like, we need you here for 5 a.m. Well, why did I get up this early?
Well, if you're there at 2:30 in the morning, yes, you're up early, but it's still, yeah.
And you don't know what route you're doing. That's the. If you were a train operator, it would be the same thing.
Well, yeah, the trains only go in one direction though, so, yeah. But if you're a bus operator, you get a route that you've never done before, and you leave it at 4 o'clock in the morning or something.
And it depends if you're getting a bus from the garage.
Well, that's it, yeah. Well, sometimes you may sit there for 7 hours and not do anything, so you just don't know. Thank you. You're welcome.
If I would be doing a bus, I would actually like to drive it though, not sit for 7 hours.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not too bad if you've got a whole bunch of friends there as well, but yeah.
Have you ever done the floater thing? They put you on floater in case a bus breaks down. You
No,
get,
I haven't, no.
but they have that in case a bus on a particular route breaks down.
They used to do that on the 300 when they changed the 300 to, it was the 300 and then it was the 100 and then it went back to the 300 because there was no time and the buses were running late. So they had motor buses sitting at different spots to go and do little fills on the run.
And sometimes the bus would come all the way from Anderson to VP,
Yes.
MVP to do that run.
Yeah. Oh, I've taken buses out of Spring Gardens and gone all the way down to Somerset Bridlewood and started running.
I've actually been on a couple buses from the Gardens
Yeah.
at Bridlewood.
Yeah.
Like I did a 406 once and got one of these.
Yeah. Yeah, you're spending more time driving down there than what you are. Sometimes you spend more time driving out of service to get into service, sort of thing, you know.
So that's what's nice about this route. If you came from the garage, say if you came from the garage, it wouldn't be too bad.
No.
Say if you started at 4:30 though, you would be going back to the garage if you started at 4:30.
Yeah. You'd finish on the road, so you'd have to take the bus, you know, you'd bring, yeah.
But then the pits over there, you gotta park your car to get the bus
Yeah,
to relieve your driver.
that's it, yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
Well, you're more than welcome. I guess I'll see you on Friday.
Yup. That was a nice bus.